Ladies and gentlefolk, welcome back to Articulate with Steve McJones, and I'm your host, Steve McJones. Thank you so much for tuning in for this, because this episode I am so excited about. The boy George. He is the dude. This guy is the first, we talk about it, obviously, no spoilers, I won't give it away, but he is out every week with us at stand-up, and he is the loudest laugher in the room, dude. Like, I don't know, it really gives me hope when nobody else is laughing. I know the dude George. He is, he'll be the loudest laugher for me, so. But, we always appreciate him. That's what we want. And he makes a point about it as well, and keeps us going, and with George, he's such a good guy. I've seen him, at his worst on stage, and I've seen him absolutely crush, and both ends, it's very cool to see this man work and how his brain works. And I love especially talking about stand-up with him, because you could tell, it's just like me, it's just like a lot of new stand-ups that, he loves it. And yeah, I don't know, it's a beautiful thing. I know probably there may be some older comics, or I might listen back to this in a couple years and be like, oh, we were so dumb. I don't know. It's just fun to actually be able to, stand up something that I've always wanted to do my whole life, and now that I'm actually doing it and getting to share that experience with other people that are starting as well, it's fun. It's good stuff. So, without further ado, all right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome George Miller. How you doing, George?
Doing well. How you doing, Steve McJones?
Good, man. I'm glad we met, man.
Oh, my.
Yeah, like literally the first time we met, we walked all the way from Helium down to 2th Street. Yeah, just on like a whim, because you were like, yeah, let's go, let's do it.
Yeah, I tried to sign up and I didn't get up at Helium, so. Yeah. And then the week before I went to 2th Street.
Oh, yeah.
Because I tried to do the same thing at Helium.
Did you get up on 2th Street?
Yeah, the first time I went there, I did. Lemaire put me up.
Nice. Yeah. They do that. I like how they do that for like the freshman 3, at least at Raven. Sometimes they always put like new people up first.
Yeah. Well, I went up at 2th Street at it's probably like 12 or something. Because I didn't get there. I went to Helium, watched the open mic, because I didn't get up, and then just walked to 2th Street. Because the door guy told me about it.
Nice. Yeah, the door guy. Yeah. That's how, you come in with, no knowledge about anywhere to go or anything like that.
Yeah.
And you just start talking to people at one open mic that you find. Helium was the one, the bigger one, at least in Philly.
Because it's an actual comedy club. It's not like a bar, you know what I'm saying?
Right, exactly. But yeah, man, so tell us a little bit about yourself. Where were you born? I know you lived in California for a little bit. You bounced around. Yeah, let's give us a little background here.
I was born in Athens, Georgia.
Athens, Georgia, really?
Yeah, but I moved when I was super young. I was 2 or 3 when I moved to Pennsylvania, to right outside of Philly.
Okay.
In Roslyn, it's like a trashy little cool neighborhood.
Dope neighborhood, yeah. Well, it's a tight-knit community, dude.
Yeah,
I was going to ask you, you think, I went through a lot of shit when I was a kid, and I don't know. I wonder what, the relation is between, going through a lot of shit and then being good at comedy,
I think it's trying to find, when weird shit happens or traumatic shit happens, at least for me, it's always been like a bad joke almost. I'm like, it's kind of fucked up and funny. And weird. So I guess just taking that shit and making it.
Yeah, I find that a lot in the bits that I hear you do, at least, where the one where you get mugged or whatever, and the guy's he calls you a dickhead. And you're like, no, fuck that guy, you're the dickhead.
Well, I call him a dickhead.
Oh yeah.
And then he kicked my ass again because he got upset that I called him a dickhead.
Yeah, so it's, I don't know, making the traumatic bullshit kind of funny, dude. Yeah. I went to juvie for a while, and I haven't even tried to touch that.
Well, I didn't even know that.
Yeah, it was 3 weeks. I'll tell you about it sometime. I just don't want to get into it right now.
Okay.
But yeah, I definitely agree. I think as long as our humor is our what do they call it, defense mechanism, basically, that's the best way to do it, I think. But yeah, all right. So grew up outside of Philly. Yeah. What did you move into Philly first, or not move into Philly, but I don't know. Growing up around the city, you come in a lot, or
yeah. Well, my dad works at Temple, so
oh, nice.
We were and he had friends there and stuff, so we were always going. South Street used to be super rad.
Really?
It was way cooler. It wasn't just Starbucks and Gap. It used to be there was this place called Quakerhead, and they had mad. They used to buy Godzilla toys and Universal Monster things. They just had a bunch of cool shit there. Really? They kept getting flooded out, so that place left.
Flooded out?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Damn, I didn't know that.
And I forget the other place, but there was a shit ton of. It used to be a really weird
Well, I mean, I just went there for the first time literally this weekend. I haven't been exploring that much, but I still think it's pretty dope, dude. Like with gyms, and then I mean, there's a place called Condom Kingdom.
Yeah, that place has been there forever.
I can't imagine what they sell there. Yeah, I have no idea.
Dude, I went into Condom Kingdom pretty recently, and I was looking at cock rings, just browsing, you know. And the one was like it. Looking at cock rings made me feel better about myself.
Really?
I was like, damn, that's like you gotta really squeeze into that. That's cool. Like I thought it was gonna be like jingling around and shit.
Yeah. I don't
put my balls through it.
I don't know about cock rings, bro. Like, are they supposed to be tight is the thing.
Yeah, I have no idea. I didn't buy it.
Because I agree. I've seen some that are, like, tiny. You should have bought it, first of all. But, no, I agree. That's definitely makes you feel better. Anyways, so you grew up and came to Philly a lot, and and then I want to hear about California. How did you even get out to California?
The first time, my sister and our friend, we drove out there. And that's when I was, like, traveling and sleeping in parks and, like, doing all that kind of shit. And then, like, I was, like, hitchhiking around. And I came back with my friend. And then my sister got a job out on a farm. Okay. I don't know how she got the job, but... Yeah. And then she called me. She's like, yo, do you want to come back out and work on a pot farm?
So your sister hooked you up with that?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, he said no.
I would love to go.
100%, dude. If I could... Dude. Working on a pot farm, even if they're paying you like below minimum wage, dude, like you're just like, yeah, I would fucking love to do that.
Yeah,
shit.
I was getting paid I think $15 an hour or something like that.
Damn.
Yeah, it was all right.
Yeah, that's the hookup.
I wasn't mad at it, and I was like, I got to grow like little tiny clones and transplant them into like bigger pots, and then into like huge 400-gallon pots, and like I had like my fucking garden, you know what I'm saying? I had 10-foot fucking pot plants everywhere. They were huge, like.
Really?
It was awesome, dude. I was walking around fucking naked all the time, just water. Because there weren't that many people, and then after the trimmers came...
The pube trimmers, that is.
They were trimming in the cabin that I lived in, so that kind of stunk.
So it was like a cabin that you... Were there multiple cabins, like, on the farm?
Yeah, there was...
Like rows
like a house, and then at one property, but all the properties are like half a mile away from me. They're all like kind of far away from each other, you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
And then you just fucking live there by yourself?
Yeah, just there by myself.
They probably taught you how to do it for like, what, a week? Or like?
Yeah, there wasn't much to it after. I mean, there's like certain pruning kind of shit that you can do, but I was only there for a season, so.
But you live by yourself in the cabin then?
Yeah.
Damn, bro. That would be awesome. I don't know.
It was
probably
awesome. But like my buddy who I was working with would come pick me up, and I had a quad, so I would like drive around to the other property. So there were still people there.
Right.
But where I was living, there was nobody else in the cabin with me, and I was just like
walking around naked, smoking a
bunch of weed, cigarettes, drinking beers, watering fucking plants for 8 hours.
Damn.
And then
they feed you?
Yeah.
What do they feed you?
Food. It's mostly canned shit.
Oh, okay. But still, man, yeah, that sounds like a good ass time.
Yeah, dude, it was super fun. And like, I would not even sleep. Once it started getting cold, then I would start sleeping inside. But I'd just sleep outside, like, everywhere. Like,
really?
I'd be like, oh, I'm done watering, fucking, I'm just gonna sleep next to this plant tonight and just go to sleep, like, wherever I was. And if I was at the one property partying, and I didn't feel like sleeping there, and I was like, oh, I'll walk back to my house. And I start walking back, and I don't feel like it.
Yeah.
Fucking lay down and go to sleep. It's the woods, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It don't matter.
And it was grass on the ground, right?
No.
It's just soil?
It's like dirt, yeah.
Yeah, it just hugs you. The soil.
Yeah, it's not nice and hard and rocky.
Yeah, and I mean, if you're already like living out there, I mean, just walking around naked anyway, it doesn't even matter like cleanliness wise. Like,
yeah, exactly.
Who cares,
and I'm also sleeping I was sleeping on a sidewalk fucking 2 months before that. Oh, yeah. Sleeping in the woods is much better than that.
Yeah. Damn.
It's cool.
Yeah.
And also when you're plastered all the time, it don't matter. You can sleep anywhere.
Yeah, that's right. That's true. That's true. All right. Yeah. So then you did that for like a season and then moved back here? And
yeah. I actually, right before I went out, I met a girl, and then like 3 months after I got out there, I flew her out. She stayed for a couple weeks.
Nice.
Went back, and then I was like, dumb. And I was like, oh, fucking, I'll move back to... I guess I'm here now, so not really dumb, but...
Yeah, I mean...
I was like, I'll move back to PA, and then I was there for, like, got a full-time job, got my license, did, like, normal.
Yeah, doing the, like, machine parts.
Yeah, I work in a machine shop now.
Yeah, machine shop. Dude, that's good. I mean, that's a good setup here, it sounds like. And, well, the main thing is now you can do comedy.
Exactly.
Yeah. So when did you, like, start to even think about stand-up?
fucking forever.
Really?
Yeah. It's just...
Who are your favorites as, like, a kid?
When I was a kid, I would always watch all, like, the Comedy Central Presents films, and that was when, like, the New York dudes were coming up. So it was, like, you know, Bill Burr, Geraldo, freaking Joe DeRosa, Robert Kelly, Voss, like, all, you know, all those dudes.
Yeah.
All, like, the O&A crew, pretty much, I guess.
Yeah, I don't...
Opie and Anthony, like the...
Okay, yeah, I do know
all the dudes who they would always have on their show.
Alright, yeah, dude, and then as you progress, so, like, that was just, like, what was on, and then... When did you actually start, like, actively seeking out, like, stand-up for yourself?
Then.
Really?
Yeah, as a kid. Because my sister actually would watch, like, just Comedy Central all the time, like, Mad TV and Colbert Report and shit like that. Yeah. And then, like, afterwards, they would always have comics on, so I would always watch stand-up.
Awesome. Yeah. Dude, that's tight. I don't know if I told you this or not, but, I mean, my dad is basically, like, I didn't really get into stand-up until probably, like high school, honestly. It was just like kind of late for comics. I know, like you, like how old were you when you were watching those Comedy Central roasts?
Fucking single digits.
Yeah, exactly. So I know it's kind of late, but like I mean, my dad was like one of those guys that just would tell funny stories at the table all the time and ended in like a stupid fart joke or something. But like, you know, it was just like a family tradition for them to like have these like cheesy one-liners or things like that, which kind of shows, I think, in my comedy a little
absolutely
bit. Yeah, but
absolutely.
But I think like seeing like the Bill Burr, I mean, with your comedy too, is I see like all those people you mentioned. I definitely see like where your style comes into play as well. Just kind of
bitching about everything.
Yeah, a little bit. But I mean, you do it well. You know what I mean? As long as you write the joke well and there's like a funny part to it, like you're allowed to bitch on stage. That's the whole point of it. Is for a lot of people is to like you know, just get things off their chest and like vent and like. Especially Dorian. Have you ever Deeds rants, bro? Yeah.
Dorian's funny as fuck. I like Dorian a lot.
Dude. Yeah, definitely. And he's been, I don't know, his recent set at least was really hilarious at Raven that I saw.
Yeah.
But anyways, yeah. So that's cool to like see that, I don't know, like bitching about stuff. I don't know, it's interesting to see comics, who their influences are, and then how you like see them play out on stage and everything. But I know we did want to get into bombing a little bit here. Because
very familiar.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I've seen you bomb really hard sometimes, bro. And I mean, I bomb really hard as well. Dude.
Yeah, it stinks.
It stinks, man. And I think
it's even worse when like if I go up on and I eat shit and I'm like, all right, well, Steve's still gonna go up, and then you eat shit. I'm like, we're both just fucking sitting at the table, like, what the fuck, dude?
Dude, it's so embarrassing. Well, first of all, you go up there expecting you're like, you kind of know you're gonna bomb sometimes too,
yeah.
Like if the crowd's kind of shit, you know, or
sure.
Not shit, but like they're not listening or something else is going on.
Fucking baseball's on, dude.
Yeah.
What am I gonna do?
Yeah, and so I mean that's one thing that I've learned. Well, we'll get into that but you go up there, you start telling your jokes, and nobody laughs, dude. And then you just the light suddenly gets hot on your face, dude. The light just gets... It's not hot any other time you go up there.
Real shit,
Yeah,
dude.
But when you start bombing, you're like, wait, why am I steaming now?
It stinks when I'm, like, already, dripping sweat before I go up. I'm like, why am I sweating? Like, I'm bombing already. I don't understand.
Oh, yeah.
What's happening?
Your heart just starts, like, fucking freaking out. Man. It's bad. But you start sweating. You feel it, and... Dude, I don't know. I've actually bailed. I think you've seen me bail a couple of times. Yeah. When I start bombing, I just like, you know what? I'm done. Thank you. And
I always try to wait for at least the 1 minute light.
That's
fair. And then if I'm like eating shit and I get to 1 minute, I'm just like, all right, fucking. Yeah. I did 4. Fuck you. Whatever.
Dude, and when you're bombing, you see that light. I'm like, thank you so much. Like, get me the fuck out of here. And then you come down, and like usually, like if you have like an alright set or a good set, people are like, you know, fist bumping you or whatever. Nobody. You get off after a
looks at you, bro. The best part about 2 Street though is they got the fucking side door, so when I eat shit there, I'm just like, all right, I'm gonna smoke a cigarette right now.
And then you walk out and just sit with your thoughts and just like, fuck me.
And I get to drive home and fucking scream at my steering wheel.
Yeah, man, it's a lot. It's intense. I can. Like, when I tell people I do stand-up, we've talked about this a couple of times, like, really? You do that? Like, that's so, like, how do you do that? It's hard. How do you do it? It's just, like, I mean, it's just getting up on stage. It's not that, like, crazy to me. But for them, it's probably the fear of like, bombing that keeps them from, like...
I feel like now, after bombing so many times, when I realize that I'm gonna just, like, eat my balls the whole fucking time, I'm just, like, I can plow through it a little bit better now. Because, like, before, I feel like I was, like... Oh God! Like my feel like I was like hollow and shit. Like, oh my god, what's happening? And then now I'm just like, yeah, fucking, I hate everything anyway, so who cares?
Yeah, well, and so I've noticed that with you, and I mean, I've kind of been getting better at it as well. I think it might just be getting comfortable on stage, but like, or getting comfortable with bombing, because like, you know when a joke doesn't go over. You like, obviously you feel it.
Yeah.
And when you do that, like, and you're comfortable on stage, you're like, all right, well, fuck me, I guess.
Yeah.
You know? And people kind of laugh at that, because at least you realize.
There's so many laughs that are like, that you can get, that I sometimes get where I'm like, fuck, dude, that wasn't like what I wanted it to be, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like the pop. It didn't come at the punch. It came at like...
It came because I went, oh yeah, I guess I stink then. Everyone's like, oh yeah, you fucking do. That's funny. Like, that, I don't want that.
Yeah, no, I don't want that either. That's like a pity laugh, you know? It's like, get out of here with
I
that
feel like there's certain situations where you can get a laugh after a joke just bombed, where it's like, still feels good because you said something that was like actually funny.
Right.
But for the most part, like eating shit and being like, yeah, well, what's up? Fucking whatever bar, everyone's like, yeah. You're like, all right, I got fucking something.
Yeah,
it's like,
exactly.
It's cheating, dude.
Yeah, it is cheating, but I don't know. I was talking to James Repway about this with another dude, the guy who has like the Hitler hairstyle. You don't know who that is. It's funny. He's a bigger comic. I should know his name. He's like the only reason I say that is because I saw him get roasted for like having that at a roast battle. So
okay, you don't know his name, Jamie.
Jamie, look that up. It's Kier Williams. I'm so sorry. He's hilarious. You should definitely look him up. But they were telling me, like, well, they were kind of just talking in general about his set at Helium, and he said it like at the beginning. He didn't get their attention. You got to win them over right at the beginning, kind of. Yeah. And he didn't like win them over at the beginning, and so somebody did something weird in the crowd, and as soon as something happens that you can like point out and draw attention to, and people are like, oh yeah, like that's fun, or like,
bro, like Romy talking to that dude the other night.
Yeah.
You remember that when that super drunk dude? And she's like, yo, babe, you need subtitles.
That was hilarious. Yeah. So like anything like that, picking on a crowd member or something, if you can actually just say something quick and funny that's like in the moment and like present and like in the room, I think that's a good way to like take attention away from the fact that you just ate balls.
Yeah, absolutely.
A little bit, and then that's like kind of one way to deal with it for sure. The other way is just like actually improving your set, like after you, like, I don't know, I record mine all the time, and so like I can kind of see what falls flat, and like there's some jokes that I just don't do anymore just because I'm like I don't even want to risk trying to like work that out again. Yeah, because it's just like when you bomb, like if you bomb hard on a joke, even if you're really funny at the beginning, it can like lose all the momentum you have.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And
absolutely. I always try to have like a short thing in the front just to like get like the quick tee-hee, you know what I'm saying? And I'm like, all right.
Like that. I mean, that's what I do with the one-liner with the kids in the basement.
Yeah, exactly.
So I can't wait to have kids, so that way when they don't finish their meal, I can be like, don't you know there are children starving in the basement?
Yeah.
Exactly. That's just sweet short joke.
Yeah, sweet short joke.
Yeah, nice and
nice and wholesome, you know.
Yeah, cute little joke. Queef.
A queef little joke.
A queef little joke.
Yeah, absolutely. But
they're in the basement.
What?
I said, they're in the basement.
Yeah. But yeah, no, and so I've kind of heard like through like with bombing though, and like somebody told me or I heard it on a podcast or something. But the more you do it, like obviously the better you're gonna get the more you do stand up, right? And so they say you may bomb less like later on, but at some point it almost becomes like, all right, you don't bomb, but like you have a reaction percentage from the crowd.
Absolutely.
Like,
dude, I mean, even after having like a really good set,
mm-hmm.
the like one or two I've ever had, now when I have like, even if I don't bomb, I'm like, I want fucking that again, dude, because that shit was sick.
Mm-hmm.
And like when it's just people who are like, ha
yeah.
instead of like actually like a fucking roaring laughter, it's like,
dude, yeah, exactly, and it sucks because it's so infrequent, it's so rare. Dude.
Yeah,
like,
dude, seriously, that's why I want to do shows.
Yeah,
because shows are people who fucking are going to see comedy. Open mics are like, they're awesome. I love them. I love hanging. I love going there. I love fucking just being able to do stand up.
Yeah,
but it's like I feel like they're so, I don't know, like in consistent.
Inconsistent. Yeah, no, I agree. Yeah, because you never know. I mean, for the most part, you're going to eat
Which also makes it real fun at the same time.
That's true. That's why I like 2th Street a lot. Because, so, at Raven, like, I was going to try a lot of newer stuff because I didn't think there was going to be that many people in the crowd that night. But then all those people wandered in.
Yeah, then you fucking smashed.
Yeah, and I did, like, my go-tos, basically. But I think doing the open mic at 2th Street, at least, it's almost challenging there sometimes. Like, to actually get up and do that mic sometimes in that room, it gets real bad, you know?
Yeah.
And I think, like, if you have experience with those shitty mics, like, a lot, you have to make sure that you're funny, you know? So when you actually have, like, a good crowd like that, you know, like, all right, well, this worked pretty well at 2th Street one time. Killed it there, even if it was just one time, so I'm going to pull these jokes out for people that actually think it's funny and see how it goes, who are actually ready to laugh and see how that shit goes. But
the first time I, like, actually killed it was the one night, I think it was the night that I met Kyle Reagan.
Oh, yeah.
Or that we met Kyle Reagan.
Yeah.
And it was you, me, Ev, Kyle, Akash, like, you know, like
the squad.
The squad.
Yeah.
And fucking, there was like 12 of us, and then I did like some newer shit, and then y'all were all laughing, and I was like, alright.
Yeah.
Cool. And then next week, I did it at 2th Street and killed.
Nice.
And I was like, fuck yeah.
Yeah.
And then I did it at Raven and ate my balls. And I was like, fucking comedy it's fucking weird, bro.
It is, man.
It's fun as fuck.
It's fun, yeah. It just keeps you on your toes. We'll say that.
Absolutely.
Well, what I was gonna say is like there was this one week where like just shit in my life was not going that well, and like I was just having a shitty week and a terrible mood. I'm like, I don't even want to go to 2th Street, bro. Like I'm not trying to do this, but I still went and I ate complete ass, and it like I felt awful. I think that was the time I bailed maybe. And I just, like, sat outside. I was like, dude, fuck all this. I, like, went home. Dude, I literally had to, like, call somebody to, like, talk me down. I'm like, yo, why are we still doing this life thing again? I'm like, why can we just, like, I thought we should just cut this shit out. But he, like, kind of talked me through it a little bit. And then the next day I went to South House. And, like, Seth Lerner and, like, Chris Ailey, Romy, and Jamie, that squad was all there. And it was the same type of thing, man. Like, I didn't, like, crush that night. But they were all there, like, watching. And, like, you were there supporting them, too. And it, like, it just felt good to, like, know that you had that support system to, like, kind of help you when you have, like, a tough time like that and maybe you eat ass or something. They can kind of tell you maybe how to work something out a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, and because, I don't know, this is going to get, like, super philosophical, but, like, you know, all life is, like, ups and downs and like, good. There's going to be, like, really good shit, and then there's going to be parts in life that you bomb at.
Yeah.
You know, so it's, like, at least it's more about like the connections you make, I guess.
My life record and stand-up record are like pretty much the same.
yeah. Maybe that's good though. Maybe it gets better as you keep going.
Fucking I hope so.
Yeah, me too, bro.
Goddamn.
Let's see here. What else we got?
I just want to do this shit for like life. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
like,
yeah.
I don't want to work in a fucking machine shop forever.
Yeah.
I want to do fucking comedy forever.
Do comedy. So that's kind of what I was like gonna ask you. First of all, like, do you have like a writing process? Like, how often do the things come to you to like?
I try to like at least write in my notebook once a day. But like I don't sit there and write. I like
if it just like pops in your
like
head or something.
am complaining to myself in my head about shit all day pretty much.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, that was actually kind of funny. And then I'll write that like little thought down.
Yeah.
And then usually if I like think it, I'm like, that could be a funny thought. Then in that moment, I'll sit there and work on it in my head a little bit. Usually at work is when I write the most.
Really?
And then if I'm in my car, then I'll just grab my phone and record it and then write it down as fast as I can, so I don't ever have to listen to my voice again.
yeah, exactly. Well, do you work stuff out on stage as well, too?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah.
Dude, I would hate doing that. Like, I always go up pretty much. There's been a few times that I tried to work out, like, the British thing a couple of times, and that fucking...
I fucking love that.
Yeah, I know you do, and dude, that's why I love when you come out, because you're the loudest fucking laugher for, like, every joke. It's amazing. I love it. And, but, like
That's what we out here for, dude, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, to laugh. For real. That's what the whole thing is about.
So I'm gonna have to sit there and watch a fucking ton of people go up before I can go up. I'm gonna
have a good time.
I'm gonna fucking watch, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna laugh at their shit.
Yeah, and that's respect. You know what I mean? That's fucking awesome. So, but the main thing is, like, I just feel like
Yeah, you're jacked, Steve McJones. I never noticed that.
I appreciate that, dude. No, I mean, I'm not. I'm lean. We'll say that.
Well,
yeah.
I'm not that. I mean, that's what I'm going for. But
Come on, dude. You more shredded than a Julian salad, man.
But
like Rambo Rambo 2, when he's all cut up, you know what I'm saying?
Really?
Yeah.
You calling me fucking Rambo? I fuck with
I
it.
stole that from Tropic Thunder.
But yeah, so I mean, for the most part, I usually just like, I don't know, with a joke, I make sure to like write it out how I want to say it on stage.
Like you write the whole shit?
Yeah, that's the thing is like you can see, I don't know, you can't really see it in here, but like I just literally I'll write out like it's almost like a full minute of like words.
Okay.
And I don't say it verbatim, but it just kind of helps me get out what I want to say in the way that it would be funniest. So like once I have that, it's almost like a script, and then I kind of go over it in my head like you do. And try to just make it as natural as possible and, like, figure out what the bullet points are for the most part.
Okay.
Of that. Yeah.
I feel like I do, like, kind of the other way around. Like, all my shit is, like, shit that I was naturally thinking, and then I'm like I said, like, I catch it, I'm like, oh, okay, that could actually kind of be funny.
Yeah.
And then I turn it into, like, a structured thing almost.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I don't write it out all the way because I still like to, like, I can complain different every time about the same thing, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, dude. And honestly, like, I've seen the progress of it, and it, like, I mean, it has been working. Like, that last set you did at 2th Street was awesome, dude. Like, that was just some of the things that you punch up a little bit. I don't know how you remember all that without writing it down and, like, which parts you, like, worked for you, but, I mean, like I said, I've seen it progress, so, like, it obviously has been working.
Appreciate that. It's
yeah,
cool.
Definitely.
That's cool.
Yeah, so...
I feel my comfort, like, because I don't record my shit, which I should. You always tell me I should.
Yeah, you probably should.
But the jokes and the writing and shit, I don't see any progression, or the progression, I guess. Mm-hmm. But with how comfortable I am, like, moving around now and, like holding them, like, the first time I ever got up the mic was fucking, it's always taller than me.
Yeah.
So I'm like, fuck. And, like, the first time I got up, I was, like, talking
up.
And then I was like, fuck this. And I took it out. And then, like, I was terrified to ever try to, like...
Move around.
Move the mic stand or, like, hold it or move it out of the way or anything.
No, it's important because, so, like, if it's in front of you, like, it's almost like a thing between you and the audience. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you got to move it out of the way. Or if you're gonna...
I like leaning on it and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like, I like trying to get, like,
natural
comfortable with it.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm still kind of...
I still don't know how to move it up and down, though.
Yeah, I'm not trying to figure that out. That seems too much. Like...
I was thinking, like, trying to figure that out on, like, a shitty... Or not a shitty night, but, like, a slow night.
Mm-hmm.
At, like, 2nd Street or something. Be like, you know, fuck it. Tonight's the night. I figure out how to use the fucking mic stand.
Yeah.
But, like, if it's, like, smashing... like, there's a shit ton of people, everyone's getting laughs. I
probably wouldn't mess with it.
Yeah. I just pull the mic out. Or if it's... I like when it's my height sometimes, because then I can, like... try to, like, hold it in different ways.
Yeah. Well, and that's what I think if you're gonna have it, like, in without taking the mic out of the stand, you have to be kind of holding it and, like, messing with it a little bit to show that you're, like, not awkwardly just standing there, like, whispering your jokes into the mic or whatever.
I want to start trying shit, like, also... I don't know, fucking
like
hold it away and shout, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
yeah. Or even as a prop, like Louis has one where he uses a mic as a dick. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's a couple. I'm sure many people do.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, if you're a dude, I'm sure you use your mic, have held a mic as a dick before.
Multiple times, yeah. Absolutely. Or like using the thing as like a leash or like a whip or
exactly.
Like
or like Bird does shit where he's like, fucking somebody screaming, like running by, and he'll be like, ah! You know what I mean? Like pull the mic by his, like shit like that is so fucking cool.
Dude. It is, dude.
I love stuff. But I don't have any jokes I really would.
No, not yet.
Yeah.
That's why I don't know. If you have an idea of what you want to do, it's like, all right, how can I work around that? That's like I said, I just wanted to do a British accent on stage, and so I was like, all right, what's the best line to say in the British? Bro, you cock up your face. Yeah, but the first time I was gonna bring this up, the first time I actually bombed was like, dude, this place in Cincinnati, you had to bring 5 friends and each of them had to pay like a $5 cover charge, and you had yeah, dude, and it was like it was almost like a showcase, and I was going up for my second set ever in life, and like the first one wasn't even a real set. I just did it at like it was like a cafe where people were like doing poems and shit and like the snapping. But yeah, and so like I was up there just like telling stories and people were laughing. But then I went up at the Go Bananas comedy club with like my 5 friends. Yeah, dude, and I still have the recording, dude. It was so bad, man. Like I was doing like offensive shit. I was like speeding through everything. I was nervous. I couldn't like the microphone, I didn't have that down. I wasn't holding it, dude. It was bad. It was real bad. Yeah, that's good background though. That was literally the first time I did like a real open mic.
Yeah, fucking A, dude. And kept doing it.
Yeah, but yeah. So moving forward, like you were saying, you want to do it like full time, make money with it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure that's the goal for everybody, right?
Probably.
James,
I'd assume so.
James was telling us, like, he was like, dude, open micers ain't shit. Like, open micers are like the bottom of the barrel. If you're doing open micers, you suck.
Yeah.
Basically, I'm like, damn, bro. I knew we were the bottom of the barrel, but I didn't realize it was like that, you know? But, I mean, it makes sense. Especially, we've only been doing it, what, 3-4 months at this point?
I've been doing it, like, since March.
Since March. Okay, so you started a little bit before me.
But you've done it in Cincinnati. I've
yeah,
never done it before.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. So, hey, probably about the same. But honestly, like we were talking about, I do see the progression. Like, I could tell more comfortable up there and everything. And hopefully, like, I'm going to start trying to hit it more. I'm going to do Tuesdays, Thursdays. Maybe, like, hit those roast battles on Mondays or whatever they're doing. Yeah. Just to get some more exercise, show FaceTime out there and everything.
Exactly. Just hang out.
That's really what it's, I don't know, from what I could tell is, like, getting along with the people and actually working on your jokes is, like, the two things that are going to actually make you better for sure. And then... yeah, and then I guess, I don't know, eventually showcases. Probably not going to be like, I got to work on my job for a little bit, save up some money before I just, like, quit that shit and do, like, comedy full time.
Oh, dude, I just assume I'm going to be working at the same place my whole entire life.
Yeah.
I don't think I'll ever fucking...
At least not in the near future.
It'd be cool, though.
Yeah.
To be able to do it for forever.
Well, the thing with that is, do you have a regular schedule at that place?
At my job now?
Yeah.
Yeah, I work 9 to 5.
So, yeah.
But sometimes I have to work later, but...
yeah, but I mean, so that's perfect because then you can start, like, working in other shit into the schedule, like, for the comedy. If you have, like, that's what I enjoy about having, like, the regular job is that it's like, all right, I know I'm going to be done by 6. I got to get the workout in. I got to, like, write. And then, you know, or, like, I got to hit 2 Street tonight. So it's like, just get all this shit done.
Yeah, I always got to work out before I go to the mics.
Really? Dude, you don't look bad. I mean, I don't know if it's the tattoos that, like, make you look ripped or something.
Probably.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a tattoo convention in Philly today.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, apparently it's like $10 cover charge, and you just get, like, a free small tattoo from, like, a professional. I was thinking about checking it out, but...
really?
Probably not. It's over today. So.
I've gotten tattooed at a convention before. It stunk.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, I got tattooed by, like, an artist that I already, like, wanted to be... I made the appointment, you know what I'm saying?
Really?
I just, like, go and get it tattooed, but, like...
Yeah, that's fair.
It's the back of my calf, which fucking sucks.
That hurts.
It's horrible.
Fatty, right?
Yeah, and it was in a convention with, like, a shit ton of people walking around, dude. It stunk. I don't want to go to conventions.
People, like, watching you while you're in pain.
Yeah, and, like, one dude came over, he's like, how you doing? I'm like, fucking go home. Like, leave me alone.
It hurts quite a bit, actually. Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. I definitely want to start getting into that life. I was gonna say something else about it, but George Miller on Instagram. What's your?
It's George Miller Comic on Instagram.
George Miller Comic on Instagram. All right, and any other? Come out to open 2 Street on Tuesday.
2 Street.
Second
Raven.
Raven on Thursday.
Thursdays.
Come check us out sometime. All right, George. Well, thanks for coming out. Thanks for recording with me.
Thanks for having me, sir.
Absolutely.
All I want to do is get naked, lay in some dirt, smoke some weed, maybe wear a cock ring, and write comedy. Is that too much to ask out of life? Thank you for listening, everybody. George Miller. Follow him on Instagram. Follow me on Instagram. If you got the app open already, But other than that, I hope you guys have a great week. Thanks again. I love you. Amen. Okay, bye.
All right, let's give it a little test here. If you'd say something, sir.
Your mother.